So this is actually like a recurring theme. So you know instinctively that like this is a freeze for her.
Hmm.
So what kind of options do you see yourself having right now?
Dude, when I'm, this is something that I really only do more often, like when I'm just like feeling it. Because sometimes I feel like I can either like chunk her down and look for a dive, or I'm kind of fishing, but also I want to shove this wave. You know what I mean? I don't want to just sit here like this.
Yeah, because like the way I see it is like what you need to do is actually identify that like although it is correct to crash this, there are certain game circumstances that mean I can't. So I need to force Riven's hand to do something. That could be like fake recalling in the bush, which like you will catch XP on all these minions if you're just chilling in the bush. It could be going into river to fake ward, or it could be like just poking her, right? Like you do poke her. That is an option, though it is the most risky because of jungle. You simply have to assume basically that Shaco is topside whenever your jungler is bot side. That's just
Yeah.
like a rule of thumb that you should live by because of a few reasons. Mostly because if you die, no one will catch the wave or no one will help you like stabilize if you're trading. Many bad things can happen if you die or if you trade while your jungler is on the wrong side of the map. And it's like what ends up happening here is I don't want to say she baits you, she kind of just runs in and like you would have won it if you got the chance. But Shaco just very obviously like has the same gank window because you know Lee Sin has a window to take a camp like Shaco's probably on the map somewhere.
Yeah.
Uh, and this actually happens. This happens a lot to you. If we're looking at this death too, it's another death where like your jungler's bot. I can't really blame you because like Talia should be mid, but she's not. Um,
Yeah, but that's,
Shaco's
I do
actually
remember this is my fault because
going.
like look how down bad like Riven's 2 levels behind, and I'm just perma like poking. Like she has to get help. Like if nobody helps her, they're trolling, which is like which kind of
Yeah.
sucks too, because it's kind of like if we're playing in high diamond, low mass, like whatever, people have a general idea of like how to play the game properly, and obviously somebody has to respond to this, or we lose the game because Fiora just wins so hard in lane. But like it's weird because if I was to drop 2 divisions and do this in plat, this Riven just has to AFK, just can't even play the game, goes 4 levels behind. Like, you know what I mean? Like there's such it's just different because you're like, this is the right play, and it's like to do this. But yeah, okay. There's no real argument there. I was just kind of thinking because it's like when I'm doing like my coaching sessions, for example, I'm talking to somebody in silver, like I'm like, hell yeah, like just keep doing that because they're not coming, they're not helping this person out. You know what I mean? But it's like it's the wrong advice though, because it's like that's not really the right way to play though. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, and we can analyze exactly what Talia did here. She had a neutral wave that she should be pushing, and she just like embraced the inner Katarina within her, and she just roams top, right? And this is a play that'll happen between like D4 to Master. As you actually like, once you hit Master, once you start playing like real lobbies, like this would never happen to you. Like you would be right in assuming this can't happen because Shaco is showing bot or bot river.
yeah.
You'd be right in assuming that, but like kind of as you said, like understanding the enemy team's desperation because you know that you're a massive win con. So if Talia goes off the map, I guess you can assume that she's going top. I think it's a
But
fair assumption.
yeah, and I have a ward too. I mean, like
That is, yeah,
there's
very true.
plenty of options, but I felt like I don't know, like this game was such a tragedy because it was like I was just beating her in every aspect of everything, and she just was getting bailed out, and then like, yeah,
100%. And like whenever you start to do this, like what I call like forward zoning, like this, you need to find a time to drop that ward. You don't actually get to do what you're doing right now before you ward. You always have to ward first.
and I could totally use the movement speed too from like hitting a vital
Right.
to be faster and like not miss anything either, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Because you're already like willing to lose CS to trade, even if you drop one melee minion to run over here to drop a ward, like, you know, so be it. It's always worth it
And
when
she
you're
can't
playing
push.
aggressively to set up that vision.
Yeah, and she can't push past that line right there, like where I'm standing, to try and fix it, because then she's like,
Yeah.
she has to use her abilities to do that, and then it's a hard commit. So it's like, okay, you just accepted a fight then, basically. And she just can't do that.
I mean, really, you're under the most threat if when you face check that bush to drop a ward in it, there is a Talia instantly, and she puts rocks down on you. Like if you Q Riven and then walk into the bush and she puts rocks down, it might get a little bit dicey because you can't really QW when you're already in rocks. So
Okay.
I would definitely recommend just like walking up with Q available, with W available, placing a ward in there so then you can continue playing the game that you want to.
Super. This is actually like a little fun fact. You can slide parry when you're on the rocks, and you can like slide parry. Yeah, and you can slide parry when you're inside of like Poppy W. The way it is, it's like, so every game has like game ticks. You have to QW within the same game tick. And League of Legends is much different than a game like RuneScape where the ticks are longer. Like, I don't remember the exact time, but typically it's not worth it to do it. But like if you have no other option, you kind of have to like. I should actually look that up because I know that you can do it because I do it plenty of times.
I was right, it's 0.03.
0.03. So if you can do it in that game tick, you can. But like it's usually just so hard. You know what I mean? Because you don't know if you're doing it like right when the tick's ending or starting. Like you don't really know because it's not possible to like really track that.
But yeah, that's good to know that Fiora can actually do that. That's pretty cool. Unfortunately, would not be very helpful.
Nah, she got me good on that gank, to be fair. Like, I mean, I literally before I could even see it, like it was just too late. Yeah, this is where she gave up. So she just let me kill her, and I was just like, what's happening? And I was like, and then they said they could win without me or like whatever. But I still couldn't find a way to like do anything, even though like I should have a decent amount of gold regardless. Like I got 153 CS, so at least I'm rocking like almost 8 a minute. Like I should have money, you know what I mean? But and I had like, if you look at my team, like bot lane's level 9, I'm like 4 levels up. Like I have like advantage levels and stuff like that as well. I just wasn't able to find. And typically when it comes down to this stuff, it's like this is where I think one of the big things that I really struggle with is like when I have a really nice lead in the top lane, and then it's like, so it's me against like enemy bot laner, like Draven is 6-0, and it's like it comes down to like that one play where it's like either he gets my shutdown or I get his, you know what I mean? And I always seem to lose it, and that's where I like
as you should, because you're Fiora free like 3 or 4 items, as you should. You're not supposed to play into ADCs.
Yeah.
And this is where this is something big I want to talk about, is playing Fiora, playing split pushers, Fiora Gwen, correctly. Because there's a very simple rule for when a split pusher should group. As far as like, and the same goes for like flank TPs, the same goes for whatever like that. There's a very specific rule, which is that if it is a play that will win or lose you the game, then you take it. Right. If there is a Baron fight and you're deciding between pushing down this tower here or TPing to the Baron, when your team is definitely going to fight a Baron, you have to go. If the enemy team is sieging an inhibitor, you have to go. And I say inhibitor specifically because inhibitor take rate is like 90% win rate as well.
Okay.
And depending on the game, maybe it's third dragon, right? And you're like, we can't let them get third dragon. So you force TP, but your ADC's here, your support's here, your jungler's on Raptors, and you're just kind of waiting for your team to mobilize. You can give that. You can definitely give that. But if it's third dragon and your team is like all for like they are going to live and die by that dragon, then you TP. The same thing. It's just like Baron. If you notice plays will win or lose you the game, you have to go. Otherwise, you never go.
So this is just a terrible TP. I just realized why you're saying that, because I'm gonna TP here. I was just saying about that. Because I could totally. Like,
If we look at what you have available to you, so you will take this tower, which also has a bounty on it, which is just nice. But you will take this tower, and you will maybe even take half of this one.
Yeah, so I'll get,
because Talia's up in 30 seconds. Like I want to say you'll take some of this.
I'll get 2 waves, get tower. See, yeah, because it's objective bounty too. But when I see like, so I see them like Talia dead and Riven dead, I'm like, this is a 5v3, right? And I'm like, but
it is, yeah.
But like, it's just not worth. I mean, because even if they die, I see what you mean. It would be much more worth it for me to have guaranteed gold income than to use a summoner for a coin flip. And also you're right, because like I don't even have misfortune there. She's not even close.
But also, even if you kill them, I think Dragon is still like 30 plus seconds out from spawning. You don't even have a bot wave that you can take tower with, and you're not gonna like run to mid and push that fast enough to get tower. You actually like you'll get Draven's shutdown if you can manage to kill him. You might get like 1 or 2 more kills, but it's like not enough for your TP. Like that's not a good deal.
Because I'm gonna get 1,000 gold right here, basically from doing what I'm doing.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
yeah, solo XP as well, all of it.
you're gonna get the whole tower, the bounty, the wave. I think the next wave. Yeah, you're gonna get this wave as well. 20, 28. You're gonna get this wave. You're gonna get half of this tower, and you're gonna deny that cannon and maybe like 5 or 6 melees. You're gonna get an obscene advantage right now if you just stay top. And on the off chance that like you manage to fight Talia or you just ignore her and hit tower, if you get this bounty, like this turret as well is worth, with the bounty, like what is it? It's worth an extra 400, so like 1,000 gold right here. Hell, maybe on the way out you even just take Rump, because you can. So we're looking at maybe like 1,500 to 2,000 gold. If you include like your minions dying, it's like a 2,500 gold swing just right here for free. And it's not so much about what you get here. This could be 500 gold, and you're still not supposed to go bot lane. This could be 0 gold, and you're still not supposed to go bot lane, because the key thing is like you want your TP up as well, because when it's down for the next 4 minutes, you force yourself to not be able to pressure. Because how do you pressure if your TP is down? If you go bot lane, like they're just gonna kill your team and do Baron, right?
Yeah.
So if we look at your positioning here, I'm willing to bet like you don't get to go bot lane, even though it's the lane that you should be in right now. You have to be top. And like your Lissandra is here. I mean, she's forcing, so she can't go bot. It's just a really awkward game state. Again, I didn't watch past 20 minutes because I saw like the mistake here, and this is what needs to be fixed. Like with your gameplay, you need to just think about, okay, do I have to TP? Not like what can I get? It's like, do I have to?
Yeah.
Because the opportunity cost is so high.
So is it,
you know that.
So is it macro that you think I'm struggling with the most? Is that a macro sense thing, or?
I don't think you don't know this. I think you were just emotional.
I feel like I felt nothing. I don't know. Maybe it's like maybe I'm thinking too heavily on shutdowns, and I'm like,
maybe yeah. As you said, like if in your head it becomes you versus Raven, and you see this as a good opportunity to take him down, then yeah, you are tunneling on shutdowns. You're tunneling on like you versus him. When like your role as a split pusher is to collect the standing gold on the map, get 3 or 4 items, and then be the strongest player in a team fight.
Yeah.
Because Fiora at 1 or 2 items is not going to be stronger than a Draven who's snowballing. Not just because it's Draven, but because Draven always has support, frontline, CC, AP damage surrounding him with Talia Shaco. It would take a golden opportunity for you to actually kill him.
Like this type of game where we're losing this much, it's like the best way to win is going to be split pushing.
I want to say most games are, especially like as you climb, your grouping will be much less effective. You're gonna want to like only group again around critical objectives. And then like your objective, right, as Fiora, because I'm saying like, okay, well obviously if you're not grouping, then what are you doing? You are keeping your TP up, and ideally like you're taking this tower because your champ is strong. Like you're taking this before like 20 minutes, and then if you're snowballing, you can take this tower, and after you've taken 2 or after you've taken this and like you're not like super strong enough to take this, when they lane swap, you just end up going bot lane. It's like we're talking like the 18 to 20 minute range. You'll be bot lane, you'll be working on these 2 towers, you'll hold TP so that you can like join a Baron fight if you have to. But your goal again is just the standing gold because you're trying to get strong.
Yeah. Really quick, guys, I wanted to jump in real quick and give a shout out to Mason, who is my coach. He's going to be my coach for the remainder of the season and possibly the future as well. He has a Twitch channel. It's twitch.tv/MacesLOL. So just want to give a big shout out to him really quick. Back to the video.
And split pushing is like, I think split pushing is the hardest playstyle to play. But because it's Fiora's best playstyle, like you'll have to play to that strength to
So that's
continue doing
really
well.
that's really like what I need to learn if I want to climb, is like mastering the split push basically, huh?
I would say so, yeah. Because like again, your wave management is good, your matchup knowledge good. I like your itemization. You really got all that, but if it comes to mid game, and obviously like there was the level 1 stuff we talked about, but I think that's pretty easy to fix. But yeah, when it gets to mid game, a lot of the time you end up just kind of lost. Which, you know.
Actually, that does happen here too. No cap. Like, so I'm
I
like,
just clicked a random game just to see.
no, yeah. This is, so I'm like 10-0. I end this game 11. I end this game 11-3 when I'm 10-0. Well, that was okay. This TP was hella worth. I said. So they had been struggling. Like, look at the scoreboard. This
it just broke.
Oh god. Okay, well, Lucian is like 7-0 right here, right? And he's got a 700 gold bounty.
Okay, I like the TP.
Yeah, and then Renekton is like 0-5 because I had been winning, and I was like, I'm gonna win the game right here by just like, if I teleport behind them, like this is a good one. Like I felt like we won this game though. I felt like this was good because it got Tristana in the game, and Tristana ended up going really hard and like carrying and stuff. But if you watch like the mid part of this game,
I'm looking at your conditions for why this is good. It's like they're up super far. Your flank ward is good. I want to see how they react, like if they react on time. And then obviously like Renekton is really far from the wave. You just got in a reset. So it's 12:47. Let's see how long they take to react. I mean, about 2 full seconds. That's not super late. If Lucian wants to right now, he can dash so Nautilus can't like R flash him. What does he do? Nautilus R flashes, yeah. If Lucian had just pressed E to anticipate the Nautilus R flash, and you walk up to him, you don't have R or flash. Lucian can live here. Lucian can live.
Wait, I think
your items
it might be glitched. I think I do actually. Let me see.
No, you don't.
Oh, I don't know. I don't actually. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Lucian. So like if we talk about like the conditions, right? So Lucian reacted pretty quickly, but not instantly to your TP, which he should have seen on. I mean, he should have honestly heard it behind him.
Yeah.
So he reacted 2 seconds late. He didn't dash before Nautilus got into our flash range, and I mean that's it. But if he reacted quicker, or if he dashed out before Nautilus got our flash, it's not hard for him to be about right here instead of where he is currently, which would basically mean you just TP'd to kill Melio. And if you look at it under that scope, it's pretty bad.
Yeah, true.
So I want to say this works largely because you're in Diamond. Like, I don't see this working for too long. But, like, it's a great play. It looks good. It's still not correct, sadly. I think you can go for this for now, but just be wary of when this play loses you the game. Like, you said it wins you the game. I don't think it does. It's because, like, what? Tristana's 8 to Lucian's 8. I can't see, like, the scoreboard, but I don't think Lucian's going to 1v9 this game, to be honest.
Yeah, well, I guess they were just, if I'm 6-0, let's see what we can see, if we can see anything on the scoreboard.
Sure.
So if I'm 6-0, he's 3-4, so Botlane has 2 kills, so they're 2 and 3, 5, so that Lucian is 6-0. 6-0.
Yeah.
But like,
that's a lot of kills.
Yeah.
But it's not going, he can't match you in the side lane. So it doesn't matter. Like, if it's 20 minutes and you're, pressuring bot and Hib, like, so what, they have a Fedelution. It won't stop anything. At some point, like, he will die. He doesn't have Cleanse, you guys have Skarner, you have Nautilus R, you have a Vlad, like, he will die this game. He's not going to end this game with 0 deaths.
Yeah.
And, like, it's just heavy-handed. And I don't know if you had a better option, right? Because, like, your better option is to hold TP or to TP top, which, like, you don't get anything if you TP top.
Yeah, if I was going back to top, I probably would have just ended up walking.
And then, like, you're very lucky that Skarner went top. This is very lucky for you. Because what if he saw the play bot and, like, wanted to do something, either back you guys up or, like, look for bot camps? Well, Renekton is going to take, I don't know, 2 plates. He's gonna sink a wave. He's gonna get a bounce. Like, there's gonna be like a guaranteed 600 gold swing up here, just because you want to fish for this.
Yeah.
So, you need to look at the game under the lens of like what is correct, and when you face better players, like how it could go wrong. How could they have played it better?
Like, let me see this fight really quick, because I actually think that it was close. Like, I actually think that
He comes in.
let me see, because I mean, he lands everything. You know what I mean?
Right, and then Lucian almost limped out. Yeah.
Yeah. Because Nautilus
Oh my
hits.
god. Wait. Sorry, I just reacted. It has to be a bug, right? His flash is up. His flash is up. He's out if he flashes right now. His flash is up. Because Tristana wouldn't still be in auto or R range. Like, Tristana didn't R. And his flash is up.
Is it still wind train?
This is what I mean though. Is that like
That's actually true. Yeah, he would have. Okay, yeah, that guy would have got away. He actually would have got away. Yeah.
And that's why
he just didn't. Right that's wild. Why wouldn't he just? Why wouldn't he instantly? Wait, look at it again. Why wouldn't he just E when he E's towards river? Why doesn't he just E flash towards his Ivern in jungle? Like, he gets hit here, cool, whatever. You get the million cleanse, E flash.
God, he could flash, he could R, and for 4 seconds, or you have to parry. He's just wailing into you with R.
Oh, he played this
you're
terribly.
You're supposed to take like 1,000 damage right now. You're supposed to go to half HP. Yeah.
Bro, he actually played this terrible. I didn't even like.
Even Melio still has his shield. He can speed Lucian up. Like, dude, we're looking at handicap players here.
That's actually insane. I guess like you don't even notice stuff like that unless you go back and look, because he really just he choked it.
Mm-hmm. And like, you're smart. Obviously, like, you're holding parry because, you know, if you parry, what if he dashes? What if he flashes? Like, it's correct. You can't just parry for slow here. But yeah,
Well, then that's a bad play, actually. Okay, now I see it. Like, I wanted to argue it, but I see it now. Yeah, he just didn't do it. That's kind of crazy. Yeah.
And then I talked about like what Renekton can get if Skarner doesn't cover for you.
Let's see.
He even leaves his wolves. I've never seen a jungler leave a camp. What is this?
Now that's true, because look, I would be recalling now. He would get this wave too, in which he does, and then like, okay, so then I missed it.
And then
yeah, I miss it. All of that goes to the void, and if he doesn't have Skarner contesting him, he probably gets both. And then
he gets tower. Yeah.
I actually think I don't remember. I feel like I killed this because he's just like kind of. No, okay.
But so it's like if Skarner doesn't come, it's like 500 or 600 gold just isolated that swings up here, maybe more. And then there's first tower, which we're going to talk about as being 200 gold, because it's 100 they get and 100 that you should have gotten.
Yeah.
So that's a 200 gold swing, because if you just stay top, if you just walk top, God, I have to hit the backspace bar so many times right now. If you just walked up here, like, you're getting that plate, you're getting that tower, guaranteed. So that's 260 gold, 360 if you want to talk about like the swing. So yeah, there's just a lot of standing gold, again, as I call it.
That is
but
really
you don't have to. You don't have to like weigh like, oh, do I need to make this TP? Oh, will Skarner go top? Whatever. I think you should just see it as like, I need to get as much gold as possible. That's step 1, and 2, I need to make sure my team doesn't lose the game. So be there for the most critical team fights, Baron, 3rd, 4th Dragon inhibitors, and take like every tower, every camp that you can. That's it.
Got it. So it's like, hold on. So it's like teleport. Only make those types of teleports.
Yeah.
Only if it's gonna win.
If it will win you the game, or if it will keep you from losing the game, that's when you take the TP. And
wait, say that again real quick.
If it will win you the game, or if it'll keep you from losing the game. Like, if the game is decided by that, right?
Yeah, and this is a 12-minute TP, and I don't even know sums. Like, yeah, I don't have the right information to make that play either.
If we want to go even further as to like what you can do here, because you just like come off of a reset. So TP has a 5.5-minute cooldown right now. You can just TP top. Because next dragon doesn't matter. They have one dragon, but dragon takes are really slow this game. Next herald does matter because herald always matters, and it'll give you more time into pressure. You can just TP top.
And I have tower like super low, and I could get first tower, and that's extra gold too for me.
Yeah.
So it's basically like play for yourself. Like play for your, make sure that you definitely 100% are like more valuable like than the Renekton basically.
And these are like what I'm talking about right now. This is a theme that you will notice when you watch the Fiora player that I gave you. Like if you look at it under the scope of what I'm talking about tonight, you'll be like, oh, I see him doing that, and like, holy crap, like this guy's super greedy. Because you should be super selfish, super greedy, and then at like 25-30 minutes, boom, like all these towers are down. You can't push for inhibs, like you just group and you just terrorize a team fight.
And also there's a ton of value in taking towers as well, just because like it gives you so much more leeway and wiggle room to like play in their jungle and set up vision and like make them feel really uncomfortable and stuff like that. Especially like early, like because if I do, I mean, even though the play works out, like even if I do go top and like I could get Herald, I could get first tower, and then by 20 minutes there's no towers left on the top side, and then what do they do? They have to like play their top side jungle and like get vision filled out before they can actually go into it, and especially in Skarner and Nautilus too. So it's like it's a whole different thought process, really.
I don't have anything else to talk about, so I just clicked a VOD just to see what I could find.
But I think I'm trying to think if there's any questions I would have in this game. What does happen here? I mean, I just like I do really well in this game too, I'm pretty sure, but yeah, I do actually.
This is what I mean though, like because you play Fiora, your wave management's very good. You're just last hitting and slow pushing, which is perfect here. Slow pushing and then crashing like every third wave is very standard if your champ has low wave clear.
We get caught on a ward there, they see us. I like lose this, so I have to flash over the wall, which is crazy. Like I shouldn't lose it, but I do, you know what I mean? And then this guy flash cues me.
I mean, what did you do wrong then?
Oh, dude, I turned up like my issue here is that I just didn't parry the parry Czar, and I turned up the sound too. Like, just look how late I was. I turned up the sound and everything, and I just didn't react fast enough. So now I have no parry, and I'm like, what can I even do? And so I panic, miss left auto into Q, and then I'm like, okay, what's my play? And I'm like, I can barely flash over this wall from the death, and I'm like, just barely. So I'm like, okay, that's my play. So I just run to the wall basically, and then I can flash over it. Which is crazy that he didn't follow. Like he has flash too. A lot of people get nervous with that wall flash for some reason. I don't know why. I feel like it's really easy, but I guess I don't know. I guess because when you do something a million times, like it's whatever.
You've noticed so when you press R, do you know like how long it takes until you can hit the vital? I think you instinctively know, but do you know the timer?
Pretty sure it's a while. It's like 8 seconds to hit all the vitals.
Millisecond. Oh, I mean like before you can hit the first vital, right? Because it's inactive at the start.
When you... Well, I think
like when you press R, you can't like trigger a vital. Like if we were to talk about it, it's like right here, you can't get a vital yet.
But it's like it's like a 0.25 or something like that.
So I don't know if I remember this wrong. I think it's a 0.75.
Is it point? Wait, hold on. Go to the. It should actually say on. I think it might say.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. Okay.
This stuff I always go to the wiki for.
Yeah, it might be half a second actually.
Anyways, I always thought it was 0.75 because like if you RW, you'll always get a vital, but I don't know. Something random.
0.5.
0.5. How did you find that? Oh, I found it. It's on the wiki.
Yep.
Okay. Stupid. Okay. Yeah, when I was first learning Fiora, that really messed with me because I didn't know there was a delay. I thought I was just somehow not proccing it.
You have no idea how many people are the same way. Don't worry. Fiora is actually a funky champion, like low key, and it's kind of funny because a lot of people say that she's just like, yeah. Well, you know what? The thing is that everybody says that every champion's brain dead, and I could say, you're elo inflated because you play Elise. I could say you're elo inflated because you play Mordekaiser, Nico, Ophelia. Like it does not matter. You know what I mean? Like any champion, everybody's always got an argument for. And I think, in my opinion, I think it's the lamest thing ever. I think it's so lame. You know what I mean? Like the people that, dude, it's more of like my YouTube comments. You know, we're getting up there now. You know, we're almost at 10K, and like I have seen everything, and it's like, bro, if I played Fiora, I'd be challenger. Then do it. Then go get challenger, dude. That's amazing. Like if you're and it's funny because I love to kill people with kindness. You know what I mean? I don't really like to match negativity with negativity. I use like the way I respond to those comments is more like be like, dude, that's awesome, man. You got to get in there and start playing. People would kill to be challenger, dude. And then they just never respond. They never respond again.
You know what's funny? It's like everyone that plays a champion, right? If you one trick a champion, your skill set is tailored to that champion. Like your macro, your wave management, like whatever you're trading, it all, as soon as you play a champion that has like a different spectrum of strengths, like you're not gonna look like the same. Like you're not gonna know what the hell you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
I used to have like pretty bad wave management, so like a while ago I played top, and like every single slow push I ever had, I thought I would just die on, because I thought I was like, oh, I always get ganked, I always get punished, they always freeze if I slow push. Like slow pushing is like the worst thing that could ever happen. When in reality, it's like that's your opportunity to like build a wave, crash, dive, zone, like whatever, reset.
Yeah.
Like slow pushes are very good. And I think like when I was watching you play initially, which was probably 2 years ago now.
Gosh, yeah, it's been.
It kind of clicked. It kind of clicked. I'm like, oh, this is how Fiora players manage waves. Because like I never played a champion that had low wave clear. Like I didn't know how to manage waves on a champion like Fiora until I watched you. I had no idea.
You're kind of forced to figure it out, or you're gonna struggle. Yeah, that's true.
That's just one of the skills you have to pick up. So like when a player says like, oh, I could be challenger if I play her, I guarantee you, you give them this champion, or you give them a champion like that has like no wave clear, they're not gonna know what the hell they're doing.
Yeah, no, that's actually true. Wait, don't say it. Wait, let's. Okay, hold on. This was okay. This actually was a bad TP too.
Where's Mord?
He's right there.
He just showed mid. No way did he show though.
No, he
no
showed.
way. You have the whole turret right now.
I'm actually just memeing.
Yeah, you're memeing.
I need to like. Okay, I need to.
Plays.
Yeah, I need to rethink like teleports heavily. I think.
It's the specific timer. The 12 to 16 or 12 to 20 minute timer. You're just looking to do too much.
That's 3 games looked at.
Under lead.
That's 3 games looked at, and all 3 had bad TPs. Holy moly! Wow. So I suck at teleport. Let me write that down. Oh my god! It's actually. You're actually right. I mean, that's 3 games. Like, it's like we could probably click on any of those and find a bad one.
If you were like a Malphite player and you were making these TPs, it would be the reason that you're a challenger Malphite player. But unfortunately, because you play Fiora, it's the reason you're a diamond Fiora player. That's
wild, right? Yeah.
Like, when I see this out of you, I'm like, he only does that because he makes content.
Yeah, true.
Like, that is not an off-stream kind of play.
No, it's not. That's funny. That is funny. Yeah. But we do come back and win this. But yeah, that is true. The teleports are bad. Teleports are not good. I'm gonna have to figure that out. That's something I need to look at and like really like reevaluate. I think I'm just gonna stop, dude. And I tell myself that all the time. I tell myself like I shouldn't have teleported. After I do it, I'm like, why did I teleport to help them when I could have? And because I put myself back, dude. That's true. I'm writing that down. I need to just.
Yeah, and then like this is if your TP was up, like you want to be bot lane because like you want like your core members to be around the objective. You don't want ADC support to be bot when Herald's up. Like this is obviously very bad. You're not more useful than them in group, but you're way more useful in side lane. And these are just like the ripple effects of you not having TP up, basically.
Yeah. And it's like in my personal opinion, I think okay, and this could just be like cocky, whatever. I think I'm like much better than almost everyone I lane against. Like it's very, and I'm very like I think that I'm humble and modest. Like if somebody makes a good play, I'm like, wow, that was really good. Like that was good. Like you actually outplayed me. You know what I mean? And like, I'm never gonna be like, you don't really sit there, and I'm not one of the people that's gonna sit there and be like, man, that champ is so busted, bro. I can't. Like, there's just
Thing.
nothing I could do. You know what I mean?
When you get into when you get into Master and you start fighting one tricks that are like good into Fiora, or like like players that have been around forever, like remember the Jace player Power?
When I played against him, he was clean. Yeah,
Yeah.
he had that crazy leap where the animation just doesn't show. So it's like, what am I looking for? And it throws you off too when somebody does, like, if, for example, like I feel like when I play Fiora, I think that I have a signature, like my like back like sliding parries, like the where I put them directionally. I think that's like, I don't see other Fiora players do that like ever. You know what I mean?
And they don't do it as well. Yeah.
So like everybody's got their thing that is good. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
But no, where I was getting at is like it's very clear to me when you are gapped by another player. Like you're basically gonna stand still, like zooming in on your character for the rest of the lane phase, and that's like whenever you get back into like Master or like 100, 200 LP, whatever, you start fighting good players. Like I remember even you got dropped in some challenger lobbies, or like that kind of thing happened. Like I can kind of help you with that, like how to play from behind, but like you're not gonna fall behind, right? Like you're in D2, D3 lobbies, like whatever. Like this is your time to like master something about Fiora, which is going to be like her side lane, her macro, her 10 to 20 minute game plan. Like you need to master that so that when you get into that elo, when you get ahead again, like you're not losing games. Like you're not throwing games over these team fights, and you can actually like use the lead.
yeah.
And then like obviously once you start going into like power and like Kennen one tricks, Renekton one tricks, whatever it is, we'll talk about that then, because that's going to be hard. But like this is step one. And you are just genuinely better than like every person you're laning into. That's just a fact. Like hands wise, like yeah, you're just better. And we've identified like the one mistake that's losing you most of your games. Oh, Katie actually showed me this clip.
This one?
Yeah, it was of the Nico.
Oh no! It's at the end of the game. The 5-man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This looks very similar.
She has a disgusting fight, and it's like back to back. So when we get to the end, you'll see. So I'm gonna make a crazy play, and then Nico's gonna do the sickest. Like, oh my gosh, it was so sick.
Yeah, she hits like a 5-man at the end.
Oh yeah, it was disgusting. It was actually insane.
Mm-hmm.
Where do I get juked here? Or I don't get juked. I kill him. Yeah, I kill him. But I have to flash for it. But I wanted it, so.
Another like reality of how I'm telling you to play the game is it's going to be a lot less fun. It's going to be more results oriented and like less feels good.
Yeah, but
that's how Fiora plays, man.
It's true.
It's just the champ.
She gets like her time to shine is like, in the 1v1s with like 2 items or 1v2s and stuff like that. It's not like you have to put in the work to get to that point. You know what I mean? And that's just like
Go
ahead.
Sorry. That's why I told you about the Gore Drinker build. Is actually it not only wins 1v1s, is that it team fights better than any other Fiora build, like by a mile. I played into rank 1 when he was using that build, and like inside lane I was hopeless. In team fights I was hopeless. There's just no winning into it ever. And
well, it gives
I came out of lane like 4-1 or 4-0. I came out of lane like 4-0. Because my jungler changed for me.
It gives you second chances, is what Gore Drinker does. Like it's like any time that you can get 2 parries in one fight is just so OP.
Yeah.
And like when you have 3 items, that's when you get to see that, when you get to see the double parries in a fight.
And if you're getting 2 parries, I mean, you're getting 2 Gore Drinker actives as well. Yep. Especially because like you're gonna have Shojin, you're gonna have Gore Drinker. Later on, you're gonna have Sterax. Like 2 becomes 3 later on. I mean, it is crazy. It is really, really crazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna be playing all day tomorrow. I got nothing to do but play League, so I'm excited for it.
And then I think Mord's R, by the way, is like a 0.75 or 0.5. It's one of those. But the trick to hitting the parries on stuff like 0.25s or whatever is just to have your cursor already on them.
Like just know it's coming. Yeah.
Yeah, and if that means you're just standing still whacking them waiting for it to happen, like you're not doing any kiting at all, that's fine. You're not going to lose just because you're not kiting, right?
Yeah, you just can't get juked, basically.
Yeah.
Like you have to know. But it's right here, actually. Yeah. So these guys just go Ooga Booga mode for no reason. I don't know why they do this. Like, I'm just queuing away. You'll see it's quite embarrassing for them. So he flashes. They're using everything. He like emotes me too. He's like, I'm gonna get you. And then he dies, so. And then I said in all chat, I said, you got me. You got me.
It's like,
yeah, I don't know.
Your team
I think
disengages, and then it's like, you know,
they just all go.
like you're not it's good that you're here. Like you should continue pressuring so your team can like walk up. Viego misses R, Kha'Zix easy. Yeah. It's funny because this is the first chance they've had to like kill you in side lane. Because you've been grouping so much this game that you haven't actually like isolated pushed anything. Like I guess you pushed this, but you had teammates.
Yeah.
It's like they just see this like, okay, it's the first time, guys. She's alone. Let's get her.
Yeah, he does. He goes for everything.
Yeah. Oh, and another thing I actually picked up from you is that just like using R as an escape tool in Fiora. That's another thing I don't see enough Fioras do.
Oh yeah, it's super OP, and people don't even know they're doing it. Like when you're running like in a 1v2 and you ult somebody, and then like if the other person would just stop chasing you and let the other one catch you, like they just don't realize that they're like, yeah, that's so funny.
I would say like your two signatures are the slide parry, and then like your escapes are just typically on point.
Well, thank you.
Like man, no problem.
If you want to see that, Neeko ult, it's right there. You can see all the. Right. Yeah. It is pretty cool. She actually I just haven't seen a 5-man Neeko in a long time. I think Neeko's such a goofy champ. I love it. Because you know what's crazy is you don't even think about it too when you see a raptor walking at you. It's just not even in your brain. It's just so awkward.
Yeah.
I've had like red buff walk at me and be like, why is red buff up here? And you don't even realize, like, oh shit. It's funny.
I think Neeko R is a 0.25 after stealth.
Oh,
it's around.
Bro.
Yeah, that's.
And then look at Alistar. Oh my god, it's just the cleanest combo, dude. It was so sick. Yeah. And then I just flash W for fun.
Very, very cool. I mean, I don't think it matters at that point.
Yeah.
If she's running at you with R, your only option is to flash before she flashes. It's like Aatrox's Q, right? Like if he's about to flash slam down, you have
to flash. Yeah, you have to flash first.
It's the same thing, and it's like with Neeko, people just don't get it. I don't know why, they just don't get it, man.
They all sit there.
There's 4 people that have flash that get hit by it, and Kha'Zix can jump out. If it's Challenger, they just all get out, man.
Hey, it works here though. These D1 lobbies, honestly, dude, beautiful.
This works in Challenger. This works in Pro. Like Neeko has some form of like, I don't know. It's just too good. Like Neeko's just too good. Like, it's the only thing that's just not reactable, I guess.
Do you have anything else you want to say?
No.
We're good. Okay. Then I will just say thank you, and I'm gonna definitely put all this to work, and hopefully I'll be, because I'm gonna be doing that 50-day challenge. I really hope to end the season GM. So I'm gonna use what I learned, and I'm gonna give it my all and try to get there.